The journey begins in 2019, whereby I was selling coffee and some mandazis just to survive. Not only to survive, but that was a very good business for me. And I did it since I left high school. And I did it for quite a number of years, to be precise, 3 years. And it happened that I went to school in 2019, and I had an interest in video production and TV production. So I enrolled to a school in 2019. So I didn't have the ample time of working as much as I wanted to work and make money as I wanted. So what happened is that in 2019 I joined school. I was working for 3 to 4 hours after school. That is from 5 p.m. all the way to 8 p.m. around that place. So fast forward, COVID came. Yeah. And as you all know, COVID came and disrupted everything. How everything was working, how people were working, how people were interacting with each other. And it really also affected me, because I was managing to make around 600 to 1,000 bob profit for those 4 hours in the evening. And all of a sudden now I cannot even sell my coffee and mandazis. So because a lot of people loved consuming my coffee around the evening hours, because that's the time that people are feeling cold. It's at night. That's when now boda guys, who are my very biggest customers, were loving my coffee in that time. So COVID came, and I had some savings, and I didn't feel the effect right away. So I was commuting to school on a daily basis, and I was exhausting very fast my savings, because I remember the whole of 2019, the whole of 2020, when the lockdown was starting from 7 p.m. here in Kenya. So I was exhausting my savings as fast than I was even making it. So in 2021, when 2021 came, I now started feeling the weight of whatever was happening. I now started even depending on my parents to give me transport to school and back home. And 2021, I got an opportunity to work in one of our local stations here in Kenya. And I thank God they started giving me around 10,000 shillings. Yeah, that was upkeep. And I felt the need of moving from my home and going to live near the place whereby I was an intern, because I was to go for internship for around 6 months. And that for me was quite an interesting thing, because I was going for internship, or I was going for internship for around 4 hours from 5 all the way to 9 p.m. No, that's around 5 or 6 hours. And the whole of the morning hours I was in school at times, and also I was just doing my own things. So in 2021, around December there, I now felt the need of now starting something else. So I started a YouTube channel by the name Mtoto wa Sonko, whereby I was pranking people. Yeah, I was doing like social experiment kind of videos, whereby I used to do pickup lines for girls, and also just doing some social experiment, and it did well, but it wasn't translating to money. So I developed an interest of also watching other types of content on YouTube, and I stumbled upon not that much informative videos of farming or people of people farming and their success stories, and I developed an interest, and I was asking myself, what kind of farming can I start? I didn't want to go to the plant farming, because or the agricultural farming whereby like I plant crops and sell them later, because I didn't have a land to start with. And my dad has a piece of land where I am right now, and there is a space behind the camera. There is a space whereby now the pig shelter is, and I went to him and asked him, can we start a pig farm, just to keep us busy, you and me. At times when you're free, you can come and check them out, but I'll be doing the most at the pig farm. And he was very much interested, and I went. Fortunately, I was saving some amounts from whatever I was earning from the internship place or from the TV station I was working from, and I also had some savings from 2019. Yeah, I had some savings from 2019, and I went to the institution, the financial institution that I was saving my money at, and I told them I need some cash. I want to start a pig farm, and I know a lot of people don't advocate people to start their farm on a loan. A lot of people feel the need of starting a pig farm with whatever you have, or starting with whatever you have. But for my case, I didn't have no knowledge about pig farming. All I had was some inspiration. Yeah, all I had was inspiration. All I had was the motivation, and all I had in mind, I wanted something that I could do so bad, because I was not used to just being just like that. So the institution gave me a loan of 75,000. I had some amount in that place, but in Kenya we have things called SACCOs, and SACCOs is a place whereby you save in purposes of getting a loan or getting some cash from them for you to go and invest or do whatever you had saved for. Yeah, so I went to the SACCO, and it happened that they gave me a loan of 75,000, and I came home very happy with the money, because I was very like ready to do farming. Yeah, so we came and structured, we bought the materials, we did the math and everything. We structured a house, a very small house. I wish I had taken pictures. I would have showed you, because right now the structure is bigger. As we are talking right now, I'll show you how big it is, because the structure that we have right now, it can house almost to 30 pigs, stress free. So so we came and structured a small pig pen that can house up to 6 pigs, and it happened that my dad also had a friend who was rearing pigs, but just having a pig at home which had already given birth to 8 piglets. So what we did with my dad had done some research around on where we can get pigs. We didn't have the knowledge of what types of breeds. We didn't have we had zero knowledge about pig farming. So we went. I was very happy. We took 3 mother piglets. They were around 3.5 months old, and they were like willing to get rid of them, because they didn't have the financial capacity to handle over 9 pigs. So we took 3 and we brought them into our farm. That was in December 14th, and it was a very happy moment for me. Oh, if you will have met me by then, I was going telling my friends, okay, by the way, I have a pig farm. I was very happy and everything. So we brought the pigs at the farm, and we started raising them since December of 2022, date 13 or date 14th, yeah, because the structure was started on November when it was coming to a close. So we kicked off. So on the feeding, as I told you, we didn't have any knowledge or any understanding on how to raise pigs. So how we were feeding our pigs, we had a supplier. We have a friend of ours who has a cottage industry, and he normally mixes feeds for animals. So we went to them and told them, we have pigs, they are 3 months old, and they advised us on the feeds that we should give them. So then that was our now first information of how to raise pigs. That was the first kind of information that we gained on what type of feeds we should feed these types of or we should feed the 3 piglets we had. So they advised us we start feeding them with growers, and we kicked off. So we fed them for 3 months, so they attained a weight. I didn't know even about weighing them. So we raised them for 6 months, and on the other side, we were feeding them fruits and also grains and also leftovers. So my dad normally has a side hustle of supplying fruits and vegetables to supermarkets and everything. So the excess or the rejects we used to feed our pigs. So this day we gave our pigs avocados without removing the seed of the avocado. So 2 pigs ate seeds, and they died. The seeds choked them. Yeah, the seed choked them, and I was so much disappointed. At that point, I was ready to give up if it weren't for my father telling me that we don't give up. By that point, I was feeling like disappointed, because I had a certain attachment with these pigs, because I would even come and sit down and just spend time with them. You understand? So I had a very big attachment with them. So my 2 pigs died, and my father told me that you're not giving up. But my heart was broken, and I told my dad, right now I'll leave this pig for you to take care of it. And I now started like detaching myself with the farm, and my dad took care of that 1 pig until it was 9 months old. And my dad had another friend, because my dad is this kind of a social guy, and he was sharing with everyone, I have a pig, I have a pig, I have a pig, I have a pig, and he was feeding it. Now the feeds we were buying from that friend of ours who has a cottage industry, and also the leftovers and the rejects from now the other business. So my dad one day called me and told me, my friend has come to the farm, now my dad's friend has come to the farm, and he has realized that our pig is on heat. I was like, on heat? What do you mean? Like, now he explained everything to me, that our pig needs to be served. And the guy who told him that our pig is on heat happened to have a boar, and the boar came and served our pig. And 3 months later, we had 12, no, for the first time it gave birth to how many pigs? It gave birth to 4 pigs, 4 piglets. And after giving birth to 4 piglets, it also killed 1. There was no one to supervise when the pig was giving birth. There's no one. So it happened that it laid on one piglet, and unfortunately the pig died. So that's now how the pig farm grew and started growing. So when I came home and saw the piglets, the fire, or I just remembered, okay, this why I started this, because now I've started seeing some progress. So I started now researching about pig farming and everything. I started downloading PDFs on pig farming. I started gaining interest on how to farm, or on how to raise piglets and everything. So I started accumulating knowledge. That was in 2023, now mid 2023, and my interest now came back. We raised the piglets, and it happened we had a boa, and also two girls, or two female piglets. So the friend to my dad advised my dad to castrate the boa so that it can get big. So we were relying fully on the knowledge that he was offering unto us, and I truly loved everything. So at this point, zero information, zero knowledge. So we were like new to this. So any person who came with a new idea, we would implement it very fast in the farm. Any person who just came and told us you shouldn't feed your pigs these types of feed them these types of feed, we would change very fast. So as I was also learning through the PDFs that I was downloading online, I came now also across to another now YouTuber who was sharing about pig farming and everything. And as I was just going through his channel, she was just vlogging about the experiences. She wasn't just giving me tangible information. So I decided, why not continue reading my PDFs? And as I was continuing, I learned about different types of pig breeds, the purposes of each and every breed, how every breed normally works. And I also came to realize that there are so many types of breeds that I myself didn't even know of. And I was so amazed about everything. My interest grew very, very hugely, very big. And yeah, here we are 2 years later. I started the pig farm, and in now 2023, last year, in also in August, now the mother pig, now the one that had given birth to these four piglets, which one of them died, was also served again. Yeah, it was served, I guess, after 4 months. Yeah, after 4 months after now the piglets, the 3 piglets were weaned. Yeah, that's how we didn't have any kind of information on how to grow a pig farm, or how breeding does, or how breeding is done. And we were like green. So 4 months later, after it was served, to my surprise, it gave birth to 12 piglets. Yeah. And I knew we are out of space. Because the space that was already there, we had 3 small kind of compartments under the same shed, which one of them could house 3, but you will see that they are congested. So the mother pig was living in one. This other, the center one, was a storage, and also the farthest end was now where these other piglets were living. So the mother gave birth to 12 piglets. I was very happy, like very happy about everything, and I I became by that time when it gave birth, because I remember it gave birth to the piglets in date 27th of December last year. Yeah, last year. That's when it gave birth to the now the rot that to the 12 piglets. So in day 27 December, we got the new breeds of piglets. And I went back to the financial institution that I had taken a loan when we were starting. And I told them I need some more money. I had already finished paying off the previous loan. So I needed a bigger loan to expand the shelter, which to shell now to have more space. When these piglets are born and are raised, we can have a space whereby we can accommodate them. So, and before the piglets, by the way, were born, I had already like built the shelter, because after they were born, before they were born, the shelter had been done. The shelter was done being constructed like a week ago. Yeah, so we had done I had taken that loan on earlier December, because the construction took around 2 weeks. Yeah, so by then I had like some few ideas on how to run a good pig farm, but I didn't have that much information about everything. But by then I knew about biosecurity, I knew about how to formulate our own feeds. I knew a lot about pig farming by then now. So at least I had ideas of how to do one or two things. So the piglets were born in 27th December, and now I had not thought about the increase in number, because we had already now these other piglets which had already grown to almost 7 months old. I didn't know. I wasn't even doing records. I wasn't even doing. I wasn't doing a lot when it came to that. So the piglets were born. So it dawned to me when they were being, when we were planning to wean them after 2.5 months, and that's when now it dawned to me, now these piglets needs a lot of food. And I had some savings, but the savings will last the feeding of the piglets for only a month, all the pigs for only a month. So now I started sitting down and started strategizing on how to budget for myself, or for my personal needs, and also to budget for the farm. And luckily enough, I involved my dad, and he was very supportive, and I told him these pigs will be eating this amount of feeds by this time, and after this time we'll start eating this amount of feeds. And where we were sourcing the raw materials, because by then I had already now gained some knowledge on the pig nutrition and everything. So when where I was sourcing the raw materials, they were fairly they were not that much costly, but I had already seen now the fluctuation of feeds was going and everything. So I already had an idea of how much every pig will be consuming per month. So it happened that, and we now started putting money aside from my own pocket just to feed these piglets. And let me tell you, early these the whole of these year, since January, since we weaned the piglets from their mom in February, it was like a marathon. I was stretching my budget. I was cutting costs on my lifestyle. I was shrinking down everything that was consuming my cash, just to make sure that I see these pigs grow, and just to grow big, and to attain the market weight, and of which I didn't have a place whereby I would sell my pigs. Yeah. I'm also still learning up to today as I'm recording this video, but I was just raising my pigs, recording how much they have consumed, raising them. I had already now even gotten some know-how on what kind of admin or health. I had already now gained some knowledge on pig health, and what kind of diseases that can affect your farm and how to avoid them. Up to today, we are trying to improve on even biosecurity and everything, because where I am right now, it's near my relatives, so most of them just come into the farm how they want, but they don't access the pig pen. But there's a lot of movement around the pig pen, which we are planning on how to just minimize by just improving the biosecurity, building a perimeter wall around our pig farm, and yeah. So right now I have an understanding of what to do, but I didn't have any market for my piglets or for my pigs. So in August, yeah, I raised my pigs to around 6 months old. No, in July. By the end of July, that was when now my piglets were like around 75 to 100 kgs per pig, and to my shock, I didn't know where to sell my piglets or my pigs, because they were still consuming, and I don't know where to sell. So I started now inquiring from friends, where do you sell your pigs? Where do you sell your pigs? And most of them were connecting me with brokers. Now, people who buy pigs for or to sell to now the people who distribute meats, like the butcheries, the big hotels. So the middleman, that's the person that I'm talking about. I met quite a number of middlemen, and yeah, the time came, and I got another disappointment. So what happened is, I had already bought an animal tape measure, weight tape measure. So I had already learned how to do the measurement through the guard and everything. So when this broker came, do you know what he told me? We don't measure, when we are buying pigs, we don't measure like that. So I was naive. I've never sold pigs at any time before. And this guy told me, I have slaughtered pigs for over 8 years. So I already know, by just looking at a pig, I can give an estimation of how heavy it is. And I thought, oh, that's nice. I'll also love to learn how you measure with your eyes without even doing anything, or without using a tape measure. So he gave me numbers, he threw numbers, but the amount of money that he was telling me that he will give me, and the amount of money that you had already spent on the farm, I was going on a loss. And I went and consulted my dad, and he told me, tell him to give you this amount of money. And the amount of money we agreed with my dad, we were making just a little bit of profit. And by this time, I had already understood that People make a big profit out of pig farming, but I didn't know how. Yeah, so at this point now we agreed with the guy. The guy lowballed us, like he bought our pigs by estimating, and when he deposited the money in our accounts, I really felt bad because I already understood that people make profit out of these, but I didn't know how. And then here we have been offered an amount of money that was only giving us a small percentage of profit, and I felt it was okay. So what I decided to do, I decided to just go back to my farming, and it happened that before these piglets after these piglets were weaned, we had already served the older piglets, the firstborns of the mother and also the mother, and they were due to give in birth in August. And how we bred these pigs was a very funny way. We didn't have our own boa. I didn't know that. I didn't take a record, or I didn't ask for a background check to check how this boa that was brought to our farm, how it was before, or how it serves, or where it serves. I didn't go to check out the farm it was coming from. So it came and served our pigs. Now we had 3 mothers, yeah, because the mother and the two females. So the first female got ill, and it had a miscarriage. And I thought to myself, since it has had a miscarriage because of an illness, let me just take care of it, and maybe I can cull it, or I can raise it for like the few to be served maybe after it is well. So I had some interaction with some veterinaries here and there who were coming just to pay me a visit, and also I was inquiring more about pig health and reproductive pig health. And what happened, they advised me, if a pig has already miscarried, it's advisable, since it's a business, it's advisable for you to cull it. So after it got well and everything, we fed it gained some weight. And at this time I thought of not calling that broker and call another one where I did the same mistake twice. Yeah, I didn't learn the first time. I did it the second time, and but at this time I made an amount of profit from how much this pig had consumed. I made like 2,000-3,000 Kenyan shillings profit. So I wasn't like lowballed on that, but I felt good at that point, because I now had some amount that I can invest back, and also I had some amount that we could share with my dad. But it was not that big profit. It was not a profit that you can say like, yeah. So we called that. So the pigs were due in August, and to my shock, now these other 2 pigs which were left expectant, to my shock, the mother gave birth to mummified piglets. Did I know what are mummified piglets? No, I didn't know. I'm talking about August this year, 2024. So another shock on me, another hit on me, and I really felt bad, because I was now ready to raise another set of piglets, and I had some amount set to just cater for everything. So it miscarried, and when the vet came, he told me, since it has miscarriage, you talk with your father and decide on what to do with it. You can decide to sell it as for meat consumption, or you can decide to treat it and maybe try to see if it can give birth for the next time. So I asked the vet, how long will it take for us to serve it again in order for it to give us some piglets? So he told me it's advisable to skip two or one oysters, or to skip when it comes back on heat. It's advisable you skip and give it another 21 days for the womb to heal, and also for its own weight gain. And he gave me a lot of parameters which I'll come and share with you in a future video. So I felt bad, and to my shock, when I was asking the doctor what could have led to this, his biggest question was, where did you, sorry, his question was, where did you get the boar that gave or that served these pigs? And I told him I got the boar from a friend, and a friend whose boar normally serves around the area. And he told me the reason why our pigs gave birth to mummified piglets is because of that boar, because the boar wasn't healthy, and maybe it had some infection on its reproductive organ, and that's why. So I shared everything with my dad, and my dad told me, this thing, let's hope that this other pig will give birth. And that's how I realized that, okay, my dad is not giving up. So at that point, I had no thoughts of giving up or anything, but I felt disappointed. So I had spaced them. I had given them a duration of 1 week. After the mother pig was served, this younger pig was served a week later. So I had already recorded when it was going to give birth. So the day of that pig to give birth came, and to my shock, it wasn't giving birth. 7 days later, I started seeing some discharge from its womb, and the discharge was almost the same as the discharge from the bigger pig, the bigger sow, and I knew that the same had happened, and I really felt bad also, and I decided that we are culling both of them, and we were left with no pigs at the farm in August. So we culled them, and I called a health practitioner, and came and tested the meat of the pigs after they were slaughtered, and he said it was good for consumption, just because the mummified piglets didn't affect the meat of the pig. So that's how it happened, and I came back at home, and we sat down with my dad and asked him what's next. So we decided that we are going to get 5 gilts, and we decided that we are now starting to do this commercially, because the way we were doing it before then, and from the information that I've gotten from pig farmers that I've been visiting, and from the content that I've also been watching, and also from the PDFs that I've been reading, I've realized for you to have a successful, or for you to see profits from your farm, you need to have from around 5 or more gilts, depending on the space that you have. And we decided let's have 5 on the farm, which we still have right now, which are already served. And we are expecting piglets very soon. And I'll be sharing with you the journey on since when now the piglets are born. I'll take you through how piglets are taken care of, how you help a sow to give birth or a gilt to give birth. And I believe we'll both learn, because I'm also still in that phase of learning. It's 2 years and you have heard my story and the few experiences that I've had. And we've been having challenges of diseases, like we had some pneumonia way back then with the 12 pigs. They had pneumonia, and at least I've learned on how to give multivitamins. I've interacted with so many veterinaries, and also I've also interacted with other pig farmers, and I've learned, and I'm still going to interact with so many pig farmers in the future, and also learn from them and come and share my experiences with you guys. From now, we are planning to expand our farm as we grow, and I'll be sharing this information with you because I wouldn't want anyone else who is thinking of starting a pig farm, maybe in the future, or maybe you are thinking of starting a pig farm and you don't know how. This is a place whereby I'll be coming and sharing informations with you, inspiring you to do it right. Because if I had the information I had, or the information I have right now, when I was beginning or when I was starting, I wouldn't have made a lot of mistakes, which I made, but I truly appreciate for each and every mistake that I've made, because I wouldn't have come and shared this story with you. The biggest things that I've learned, and I'll be sharing most of them maybe in the future videos. I've learned to never do anything without even some information about that thing. Yes, experience is the best teacher, but at times you can make big and expensive mistakes. And but what I've come to realize, that you learn from the mistakes that you have made. Don't beat down yourself just because you made a mistake. And maybe you're out there, you're thinking of starting pig farming. From the people that I've met, the big pig farmers that I've met, it's very profitable. You just need the right knowledge and understand the market, and also learn as much as you can about pig farming. So this is why I want you to subscribe to the channel, because I'll be coming and sharing a lot of information about pig farming and everything. So kindly, if you're out there and maybe there's a desire that you have of starting a pig farm, kindly do so. Subscribe to the channel, join this family, and also maybe if you have some personal question that you love to ask, I also do offer consultations. These are my numbers. Kindly reach out to me, WhatsApp me, and I'll get back to you. And yeah, kindly subscribe to the channel, and also do not forget to share this video with your friends and family members, for everyone who might be interested in rearing pigs. So yeah, join in for these and many more. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and until our next video, peace.